let's just have a little talk about how to get the most out of this channel and who might be the perfect candidate for enjoying this channel. Stay tuned. So good. Hey, welcome back. Let's talk about who might be a perfect candidate for this channel, because I feel like sometimes I'm responding to idiots who stumble upon this channel either drunk or in the state of mind where they're just hypercritical. And it bothered me for a day, and then I got over it. So, hold on a second. One guy commented that he smokes a pipe, but he was fearful that people might think he's a hipster, because I guess that's a hipster thing. Or people have said, I would grow a beard, but people would think I'm trying to be trendy. And I say, fuck it all. Seriously. Grow a beard, smoke a pipe, whatever you want. Wear the glasses that you want. Wear what's comfortable. I remember when I never wanted to wear pocket t-shirts. Never. And I don't know why. To me, it was just, for some reason, it just seemed very, I don't know what the word, I just didn't like pocket t-shirts. Now I love my pocket t-shirts, man. Put my glasses in my pocket t-shirt. And I can't figure it out how, I'm trying to come up with a profile of the person who watches these videos. I slept in today. It's hot. It's going to be about 90 where I am. I'm already sweating. I'm not putting on the AC because I need to get used to the temperature. And I know when I move to Florida, I don't want to be living in air conditioning. And I know a lot of people say that. Well, you say that now. But I'm dead serious, man. I like sweating. I honestly like sweating. I gotta have moving air blowing on me. To me, the air doesn't have to be cool, it's just gotta be moving. So that's just me. But let's get back to the topic. It seems like the people that enjoy this channel the most walk to the beat of a different drum. This is not, I'm not popping zits. I could have 1 million views on every zit popped. I'm not stripping down. I don't have naked chicks on here. I try not to curse. My religion and political affiliation would probably alienate half of the people who already watch, but I'm kind of part of the zero given community where I'm chill with you if you're chill with me. If you get stupid with me, then this is not the place for stupid. This is the place for chill. That's why when people come sit in my chair, I call it the chill chair, because that's what we do, we relax. But you shouldn't care what someone thinks about you. Like, do they think you're a hipster if you grow a beard or if you're smoking a pipe? I didn't even know they were hipster things. And one guy said, I know people probably think I'm weird, or he admitted, and I get that literally an email every day about somebody telling me that they are weird. Well, you know what I say about that? 3 cheers for weirdos, man. Now, if you're doing stupid shit, I have no time for you. But if you are an introvert with extrovert tendencies, which I am, to me, I enjoy being by myself. I enjoyed having a wife. I enjoy having a girlfriend, which I haven't had for a while. And of course, I think the beard is a huge cock block. Huge. It might as well have somebody in front of me saying, don't date this guy. That's what it's done for me. And I guarantee if I shaved it off and had stubble and a goatee and shaped up and all that stuff, I'd look 1,000% different. And my social life would change amazingly, but I'm actually enjoying, this Gilligan's Island, isolated from society kind of thing. And the community that I'm reaching out to is virtual. It's on the web. Out and about, people hold doors open for me because they think I'm 90 years old, which is kind of funny. It is a icebreaker for women because it just gives a more friendlier vibe and that kind of thing. But it always, a big white beard keeps you in the friend zone. Let's make that perfectly clear. When it was dark and shaped up and all handsomed up, the complete opposite. Now that it's big, huge, and white, literally, it's just like wearing a sign around your neck that says friend zone. That's just the reality. But let's get back to that topic of weird. Last year we talked about the army of average. How when the army of average gets a fire lit underneath them, they become unstoppable. And I'm not talking about like sweaty, creepy dudes sitting in their basement, in their parents' basement, or their own, like in their own dining room, sitting there in like elastic, overstretched underwear in front of their computer, being little keyboard warriors. And then getting drunk or getting high and Netflixing and just those kind of weirdos. We all know that. And I know I got those kind of guys watching. I'm talking about the introverted guy or gal with extrovert tendencies who's open to growing. Now, what's weird is, as a leader and as a public figure, and I don't look like a leader and a public figure. I stand on stages with 10,000 people in the audience. I have a big following. I'm successful in the hair industry, but I look like freaking an aqualung hermit. I'm all about that guy. I'm all about the army of average. I'm all about becoming unstoppable. I'm all about creating wealth, comfort for me, my family, and my extended family. I got 3 kids, and my mom and dad are aging. And they have a comfortable life now. I just want them to be very comfortable as they get older and slide into home base, let me put it that way. And that takes money. And what I'm not doing is I'm not going gently into the night. Or allowing them either. I mean, if the Lord takes them home like that, there's nothing I can do about it. But as Dr. Weil says, the proper way to grow old is you live as long as your body allows you to live. And what's the word? What's he say? Hold on, I gotta fix the Wi-Fi on this thing. I actually just turned it off because it keeps going in and out. You live your life healthy until your body rapidly succumbs. What does he say? Your body succumbs to the rapid onset of age-related conditions. Like when you hear someone asks them, well, what do they die of? Well, they died of old age. Your body just breaks down. You didn't die because of cancer. You didn't die of a disease or an accident, or you fell into a tiger pit or something like that. And I suppose that's the best way to go. Rather than taking, like a handful of medications and shots and living isolated and living your life, going from doctor appointment to doctor appointment. I certainly don't want to live my life like that. I keep straying away from the topic this morning. Which is weirdos in the army of average. I know as a young teenager, there were some people that gave me the nickname Willard. If you remember the movie Willard, it was a guy that bred rats. And then the people who, and he protected them, and they were his friends and all that. And there's a lot of modern day Willards out there. I know there was a remake of that, but the original movie Willard was about a dude that bred rats, and the people that messed with him, he sent the rats to go take care of the people. But what was interesting was they were his family, they were his friends. And in the same way, there's a lot of Willards in the world. And I'm not talking about the vengeful ones. I'm not talking about getting back at people or any kind of revenge or anything like that. But as far as the internet has created a lot of Willards, people that just they prefer not to be social. I don't want to say antisocial, because that's also a negative term. How about asocial instead of antisocial? That just means you're not the most social person, but you can if you have to. You know how, like, when you hear women say, well, I clean up pretty well. Publicly, the type of people I'm talking about, many of my watchers here, we clean up well socially, okay? We prefer having a drink or coffee and having a pipe and writing and reading and doing our research and being scholars and that type of thing. But if we have to go to a networking event or a speaking engagement, or you have to present somewhere, or you have to be on TV, or a news reporter calls, for me it's like that kind of stuff. I end up on good morning shows and TV shows and health segments and hair segments and that kind of thing. And I clean up well, socially and obviously professionally, image-wise. And that's the kind of people that are watching this here. I got tired of going to a job, and so I'm kind of creating my own life, realizing that there's 18-year-olds driving Ferraris who are making 80 grand a month selling crap on Amazon and ebooks and all that kind of stuff. And I look at myself and I scratch my bald spot and I say, what the heck am I doing wrong? So here's the weirdos and the asocial people and the army of average, man. Like, let's hear it for the C students. That's what I say. Believe me, early in life, there's a lot of overachievers, and I know a lot of people who are just wonderful overachievers. I wasn't an achiever at all. I wasn't an underachiever, an overachiever. I just was not. Achievement was not part of my life. But now it is. And it is for you. So what do you want to do? Where do you want to be this time next year? I know exactly where I'm going to be. And it's not going to be shoveling snow. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to clean up well. It's not okay to be antisocial. Don't use that word. Use the word asocial. Asocial just means that you prefer not to be social, but you can if you have to. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm enjoying daybreak tobacco in a country gentleman pipe. This was my first cob. I love it. I belong to a group, and it's not even hair people. Of internet marketers, nerds, complete nerds, people who wouldn't even dare put themselves, they make slideshow videos. They don't put themselves on videos because they're so weird and so fearful, and putting themselves on camera is like speaking before 10,000 people. And we share ideas. I know I'm rambling a little bit. One guy said, you think you're so cool and tough? And I'm like, no, I don't. Actually, I think exactly the opposite. I don't think I'm cool, and I don't think I'm tough. There's nothing cool or tough about me. Of course, that jerk-off had to get blocked. But I do think I'm relentless, and I do think I'm focused. So that would be a better way to insult me was, you think you're so relentless and so focused. Now that's worthy of an argument, because hell yeah, I am. Cool and tough? Nah. When you're younger, you strive to be cool and tough. When you're older, cool and tough doesn't pay the bills unless you're a UFC fighter. Which I'm not. Daybreak tobacco and a country gentleman pipe. I mean, just honestly. And my vintage Zippo. This thing is older than I am. I love this thing. And it's got a pipe insert. See that? Where you can just put that over there. That's pretty cool. And I like the sound of a Zippo. It's a cultural thing. I don't know. Rambling away, man. Just rambling. I'm a rambling man today. Out here with Beard, threw on a hat, drinking my bulletproof coffee, having a pipe, another morning session. Unfortunately, will not be making it to church today. Got up too late because I went to bed way too late last night. Way too late. So, weirdos, 2 thumbs up, my brothers and sisters. Army of average, 2 thumbs up. C students, 2 thumbs up. I don't care about any of those things. I don't care what your grades were. I don't care what your performance was like. I care about what your attitude is. Be relentless, be focused. Don't be antisocial. If you're an introvert, practice on extrovert activities. That word is called ambivert. An ambivert, like ambidextrous, how you can use your left and right hand equally. An ambivert is someone who can be extrovert, who can be intro and extro. It's okay. I sit out on my back deck. I prefer quiet. I'm not really bothered that I don't have a life partner right now. When I do, everyone will hear about it, I would imagine. They've come and gone. So don't get hung up on that. Life goes on. You're still alive. You'll be fine. One night, I could be sitting out on my deck or out here in the shed, smoking a pipe, having a cup of coffee, going in, watching Netflix. The next night I could be on stage with 10,000 people, and I'm perfectly okay with that. That's an ambivert who can go in any direction. I would imagine if you're going to exercise your social muscles, you would need to go in both directions of introvert and ambivert, because eventually you're going to have to cut deals if you want to be the internet multimillionaire. I think that's just, and there's nothing wrong with that. Having a lot of money is a great thing. It's better than being broke. And don't hurt people on your way there. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. But you have to learn to make deals. You have to learn to hear the word no and not let it bother you. That's why, for me, I watch people like Gary Vaynerchuk. I watch people like Grant Cardone on a regular basis. Homemade Entrepreneur. Justin Bryant. People like that who seem to be very outgoing people and don't do a lot of lone videos. There's not a... How many like single guys do you know? A lot of people are connected, you know, with someone. They got their partner, they got their wife, that kind of thing. And the beautiful thing is when you can get so much work done, man. You can be so, just imagine doing your blogging from a little island on a river after you made enough money so you can buy a little boat or a wave runner or a canoe or a paddle board. And you paddle out to the island and you set up your hammock and you do a video from there. Or you spend an afternoon reading comic books or graphic novels or catching a Netflix on, you know, on your tablet while there's a little fire going. That appeals to some people. I mean, for me, next year, I'm going to be doing Beards Without Borders from a beach. That's my goal. In 2018, Beards Without Borders will be done from a beach. And I'm going to have to invent a way to keep the bugs off me, which I already have some ideas. Which could easily put another $1 million in my pocket. I know a guy whose family got rich, literally, over a half a century ago, making a product that everybody uses in their house. And the great aunt died. Guess what? The great aunt died, and the recipe for that product is in some family member, and the company died after that. And then the recipe for that product, it's a type of cleaning product. The recipe for that product is kind of hidden right now. Only one person has it, but it made, back during mid-century, it made their family multi-millionaires, almost billionaires with this one product. They let the company die, the recipe for that product, and I know a guy who has that recipe, but he's just too lazy to do it. It's like having a winning lottery ticket. You know it's winning, but you got to take the damn thing and cash it in. How many ideas do you have that could get you out of the rut that you're in, change your life, and you're just sitting on them? That's where the extrovert thing has to come in. That's why you need to exercise that. Because you got to get out there. You have to get out there and meet people and make deals. And just, it doesn't have to be a lifestyle. Just get out there and do it. You know, like people say to me, why don't you live in Center City, Philly? Number one, I don't like the streets. I don't like dents in my car every single day. I hate fighting for parking. I live 4 miles outside of Philly. But I always tell people, if I want action, I go where the action is. And then when I'm done with the action, I go back to where it's peaceful. And my next move will be even more peaceful than this. Because I don't want to hear cars, which I'm actually hearing right now. I want to hear waves and birds. But what winning lottery ticket, and I say that figuratively, do you have in your pocket right now? What if you had like a Powerball ticket? You know you have the winner, and it's in your pocket. The potential of that ticket, I mean, all you got to do is go and cash it in. But what ideas do you have that are like a Powerball idea that you've never acted on? There's 1,000,001 videos you can go to that people yelling at you and writing things on chalkboards, whiteboards, and incredible graphics. And not an old guy with a white beard and a pipe and a Lowe's hat on, sitting in a shed talking to you about acting on your ideas. But I realized my voice and my methods reach some people. Other people, it just brings the smart asshole out of... What I do brings the asshole out of some people, believe it or not. You might like what you're hearing. You might like watching these. There are people that hate me. And I've been called every name in the book. I made it clear over a year ago that I'm going to be the bearer of good news. Even when I was doing product reviews, my attitude is just say good. If I can't say good things, I'm not doing a video on it. I think I did 2 negative reviews where I said some negative things, and I just didn't. It didn't feel right inside my heart. I want to be the bearer of good news. If I can't say something good, I'm not going to say it at all. All that being said, some people like what I do, some people hate what I do. You need haters. When you get to a certain point, you are going to get people who only speak up when they're drunk, high, tired. Assholes will always speak up 24/7. Assholes don't need to be drunk in order to be stupid. And ignore them. Ignore them. How can a guy with a white beard, big white beard, and smoking a pipe, sitting in a shed and wearing a Lowe's hat, how can that guy move you to action? How can that guy cause you to pursue your dreams? It's going to speak to somebody. I'm not saying that I can reach everybody. Where do you want to be this time next year? Are you in a rut? Ruts can last 20 years. Did you know you can have dark hair? You could be a man or woman with dark hair, have a great idea, and then all of a sudden you're looking at yourself in the mirror 20 years later and your hair is white and you still had that idea that you never acted on. That's called a rut. You want to get out of that rut? At my lowest, I was living in my car in a Home Depot parking lot. And a cop pulls up, knocks on the window of the car, and sees me there the second night, and he goes, "Oh, it's you." And he goes, "It's cool." And he drives off. At my lowest. Been there, man. I don't have Lamborghinis in my garage yet. I could care less about a Lamborghini. For me, it'd be more... I would want a jet ski at my dock. Here at my dock. Give me a jet ski over a Lamborghini any day of the week. And a big wide river with some islands on it. And a little inlet going out to the ocean to do some fishing. And I'm cool. And a guest house to invite friends and family. You in a rut? Want to get out? Email me, gb@georgebruno.com. I do coaching. I can diagnose your crap so fast and get you on the right path. We're not talking about the past. You want to talk about the past, go to a counselor, therapist, psychiatrist, social worker. There's never been more of them on this earth at any time in history, yet society is more messed up than ever. So how's that working out for everybody? Want to get ahead? Email me,